Thanks, Sophie. You're watching South East Today. Our top story tonight, a matter of life and death. The family of a doctor who took his own life now trying to help other healthcare staff, and why the animal charity supported by Johnny Depp is struggling to look after its patients. Good evening, I'm Rebecca Kenyon. Tonight we hear from the family of a hospital doctor from Kent who took his own life. They're now trying to raise awareness of the stress healthcare workers are under. It's believed 4 health and care workers take their own lives each week, and experts say the strain on the mental health of the profession has only got worse since the pandemic. Oliver Whitfield-Miocic has been speaking to Dr. Jagdeep Sidhu's brother, and a warning: you may find the subject of his report upsetting.
Dr. Jagdeep Sidhu was a consultant cardiologist who was working at Darren Valley Hospital in Dartford when he took his own life due to overwhelming work pressure. His brother, Dr. Amandeep Sidhu, set up the charity Doctors in Distress and says more needs to be done to protect the workforce.
It is very bittersweet. My brother was a very, very good doctor. He cared so much for his patients and worked in a system that ultimately consumed him as well. And today's just not about the workforce, it's about their families as well. The impacts of suicide on those left behind can be horrendous, and today's also an opportunity for everyone just to express their grief as well.
According to the Office for National Statistics, 2,500 healthcare workers have died by suicide since 2011. That's roughly equivalent to 4 staff members a week. Around a third of hospital workers who reach out for help say they've made active plans to end their lives. A moment of silence for all the healthcare workers who have died by suicide. A number of commemoration events have been held nationwide, like this tree planting ceremony in Leicester and a plaque unveiling in London. Dr. Zaid Al-Najjar from the NHS's Specialist Staff Mental Welfare Service hopes to make this a yearly event as his team help ever more colleagues.
Before COVID, we were probably seeing about 2,000 new registrations a year, and now that's gone up to between 6,000 and 7,000 a year. So we've really seen an exponential rise in those numbers, and I think that just reflects the stresses that the services has faced during and post-pandemic, and also I think it's become more acceptable for people to reach out for help.
Brianna Dalziel?
Yes. It's DL, and we've been waiting here 3.5 hours.
Dad! Sorry about that, it's been manic today.
The BBC drama This Is Going to Hurt brought the difficulties that hospital staff face into full view and included a character who died by suicide. The show's creator, former Dr. Adam Kay, supports the National Suicide Memorial Day for Health and Care Workers initiative. Although what was once a taboo subject is now being spoken about more openly, the well-being of NHS frontline workers remains a life and death issue that many in the industry feel needs more prominence.
The government says it's working to improve conditions for the workforce. It says any NHS staff who've got concerns about their mental health should get in touch with the organisation's occupational health teams. Oliver Whitfield-Miocic, BBC South East Today, Dartford.
A man's been arrested on suspicion of sexual assault at the Liberal Democrat Party conference in Brighton. The incident is alleged to have taken place at the Grand Hotel in the early hours of this morning. A 57-year-old man from Bristol has been suspended from the party. Parents and students say they're shocked and fearful for the future following a decision to close a school for deaf children and teenagers in Sussex. Hamilton Lodge School and College in Brighton has been open for more than 80 years, but will shut next August due to a decline in the number of pupils. The school says it's with sadness that trustees announced the closure, but parents say the school is a lifeline.
So she walks in that school and she just feels part of it. It's like a community, from the staff to made beautiful friendships. So yeah, I think she has the confidence to be herself and not try to be something that she's not.
An animal rescue centre in Tunbridge Wells, whose patrons include the actor Johnny Depp, says it's struggling financially and may need to close. Folly Wildlife Rescue claims it's down to fewer donations and rising costs. It's launched a campaign to raise £250,000.
If we don't raise the money, we will have to close. And the service that we provide to the public in looking after British wildlife just won't be available. And we have, I think since this hospital opened in 2012, we've had something like 40,000 animals come through the hospital.
The youngest Paralympics GB athlete to compete in Paris this year hopes her achievement will inspire other people with disabilities to chase their dreams. 13-year-old Iona Winifred from Tunbridge claimed silver in the SB7 classification 100-metre breaststroke, breaking the British record. She has a form of skeletal dysplasia which causes short stature and fatigue.
People shouldn't take their disability as a setback. They should take it as a I'm special, like, sort of thing, and they can go there. And then if they find out about the para world, they can go. Some people only can do sports for a few years, and then they're already on national team, para teams, and it's just like with para, you can just try a sport, and if you have disability, see if it's eligible for classification in that sport, and then you can just go woo, like that.
Here's Rachel with the weather.
Good evening. A bit more cloud first thing, but lots of sunshine during the afternoon. It's been breezy and it's a similar story for tomorrow. We start with a bit more cloud, it brightens up, but it stays breezy. Now we've had these chilly northeasterly breezes, 1 or 2 scattered showers there through Kent earlier. Through tonight though, we're going to be staying dry. There'll be some low cloud around, and because of the cloud and the strength of those winds, slightly milder than last night. So overnight temperatures staying in double figures, lows there of around 12 or 13 degrees. And once again, a bit more cloud first thing. We've got high pressure in charge of things, so plenty of sunshine by the afternoon. Temperatures creeping up. We've got highs of around 22 or 23 degrees. Those winds slightly taking the edge off it, but pretty decent for the time of year.
That's all from the Late team. Have a very good evening. Goodbye.